The morning sun is up the next day, but Sarah is feeling anything but bright. She's out in her backyard, surrounded by the mess she's been putting off cleaning. As she picks up fallen branches, her mind is racing. Sarah thinks to herself, how could I have been so blind? I thought we had something special, but then I see him sitting next to Laura on the sofa. She's physically exhausted and emotionally drained. Meanwhile, over on the other side of the fence, Mark is a mess. He looks like he hasn't slept at all. His hair is disheveled and he has dark circles under his eyes. He knows he has to face the music. He spots Sarah through the wooden pickets and decides it's time to reach out. He starts walking toward the property line, rehearsing what he's going to say in his head. Mark tries to get her attention. Mark calls out, Sarah, please, just give me 5 minutes to explain what happened. But Sarah isn't having it. She continues walking toward her porch, completely ignoring him. She's giving him the cold shoulder. At this point, she's so hurt that she'd rather just shut him out than listen to more excuses. Mark doesn't give up that easily. He stands his ground at the fence and raises his voice just enough. Mark says, Sarah, I know how it looked, but you have to hear the whole story. Laura showed up unannounced and she was hysterical. I was just trying to calm her down and explain to her that I want to be with you so she would understand and leave. Sarah pauses and turns around. She's clearly weighing his words. They both move toward the fence, standing just inches apart with only the wood between them. Mark decides to be completely transparent. Mark admits, the truth is, I told her it was over because I'd started seeing you. That's why she broke down. I wasn't sitting next to her because I wanted her back. I was trying to get her to leave and to fully understand so she doesn't come back. Sarah looks at him, searching for any sign that he's lying, but all she sees in his eyes is sincerity. You can see the tension start to wear off. Sarah rests both hands on the fence, mirroring Mark's position. Sarah sighs and says, it was just such a shock, Mark, seeing her there in the spot where I was sitting just an hour before. It hurt. Mark reaches toward her hand. Mark responds, I never meant to put you in that position. I'm so sorry. The wall between them, both the literal and emotional one, is starting to crumble. They decide they've had enough talking through a fence. They open the door to the fence and walk around to the shared area, meeting. Sarah looks around and jokes weakly, well, my yard is still a disaster. Mark chuckles and says, yeah, but at least the air is clear now. Laura is officially out of the picture. I've made it clear to her that my future is with you. Mark takes Sarah's hands in his. The relief on his face is obvious. Mark says, I really thought I'd lost you last night. Thank you for giving me a chance to explain. Sarah smiles through tears in her eyes, and for the first time in 24 hours, she looks genuinely happy. Sarah replies, I'm glad I stayed to hear you out. I don't want to let a misunderstanding get in the way of what we're building. Suddenly, the tone shifts. Mark gets that nervous look again, the same one he had before the confrontation. He looks at his house, then back to Sarah. Mark says, actually, Sarah, this whole situation made me realize something. I hate that there is a fence between us at all. I hate that you have to go home to a different house. Mark takes a deep breath and asks, Sarah, will you move in with me? Sarah looks absolutely stunned. She wasn't expecting him to ask her to move in so soon. And after so much drama, Sarah stammers, Oh, I don't know what to say. She looks completely torn. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Talk about putting her on the spot. Will Sarah take the leap and move in with Mark? Or is it too much too soon? Tell me in the comments what you think. We'll have to wait until season 2 to find out. Thanks for joining me for this season of learning English through comprehensible input. Don't forget to use those phrasal verbs like patch things up and do away with when you're practicing your English. And if you enjoyed this season finale, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in season 2.